is a pretty good panorama right here. Ahoy, matey!
Ahoy!
Arg! Avast, ye scallywags!
Batten down the hatches. There's a gale coming. Where do you want to get, Vance?
Under the boat. This place is hideous. Just all this ugliness. If you could be here, you'd smell how bad it stinks. God, it's horrible.
Here to this area. Let's talk for a minute about how we came in conflict with the King of England. There's a war that rages in Europe. It lasts for a certain number of years, and they name it for the number of years it lasts. What's the name of the war?
7 years war.
Very good. Who said 7 years? You're very good. I usually get 100 years first bid. I have to bid them down to 7. The 7 years war is over. It starts on this continent. What do we call it over here?
French and Indian.
No, not 1812. French and Indian War. Oh, that's right. But here's what happens. The King of England says to us, leave your businesses, leave your families, leave your farms, form militias, go to upstate New York and lower Canada and run the French out of Canada. Well, we thought that was a good idea back then, if any of you are visiting us from Montreal. So we do what the king says. We form militias, we go to upstate New York and lower Canada, we run the French out of Canada, we win the French and Indian War with the English king, we come back to Boston, we shout, huzzah! That's how we celebrated in my day, dears. Oh yes, we threw our fist in the air, and with great vigor, we screamed out, huzzah! Shall we try it on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Huzzah!
Very good. So we come back to Boston, we start our lives over. But the king's run up a great war debt. He wants us to pay it off. Here come the taxes. Taxes come in the form of acts. And you remember the name of some of the acts, don't you? Sugar Act, very good. Stamp Act. There's a fellow in Parliament named Townsend. Gonna get some acts named for him, and the Tea Act will end it up. But it begins with the Sugar Act. And that's when James Otis comes into play. We're talking about a tax on sugar. But it's not the sugar you put on your cornflakes this morning. We're talking about molasses. Molasses is brought from the Caribbean into Boston. And what do we do with molasses in Boston? We make rum. Huzzah! Yeah. We're one of the biggest rum makers in the world. But we kind of been cheating on our import duties a little bit. I'll tell you how. Molasses comes in barrels. We call them hogsheads. Now, you seem to know what to do with it. So I'm going to make you a big rum maker here in Boston. How's that sound? Huzzah! We're going to bring women to live up 200 years. Now, let's say you unload 200